Good evening, heathens. And as usual, we'll talk for the first 5 minutes by ourselves because there's absolutely nobody listening this early. Also, because I have no idea how to get it active and not be on. I'm still trying to figure that out.
We're working on it. We're working.
Yeah. So welcome to November 6th, the day after Armageddon.
Did you really have to check to see if it said November 6th?
Yes.
We all know it was November 6th, right, people?
Yes. So, of course, I have James, as always. James, the
Cheers.
Billy Man Grimm. And Tiffany.
Easy Killer.
Easy Killer.
All right.
We figured we'll have a female's point of view, but we couldn't find one, so we got Tiffany instead. Yes. So what have you been up to, James? What did you do this week for fun?
This week I checked out Flanagan's in Babylon Village. Lily Flanagan's. There was a couple of different bands playing there.
Oh, what's that like?
It's well, let me give you the rundown of Lily Flanagan's in Babylon. Lily Flanagan's used to be called Barker's. If you know what Barker's is, it was a nightclub in the 80s, right? So that was the bar, or it still looks exactly the same. My gym teacher was a bouncer there, so it's weird walking in there. It's like, oh man, Mr. Whitaker used to bounce people out of here. And this is the 80s, before the internet. He probably used to fuck people up.
Yeah.
So it's kind of got that little vibe. Because if you walk in there, you've been to Flanagan's?
No.
It hasn't changed much other than the name. So it's other than that, I didn't do too much.
Okay, pretty cool.
I went for a walk with the lovely Lost and Found group on Sunday.
Oh.
And that was and that ended at Relish.
Did you guys find it?
I was gonna say,
We found the boardwalk. It was right where it's always been.
That's good. Holding it down.
We held it down, and I had awesome sneakers on, if you saw the pictures. And we finished that morning at Relish in Kings Park. Shout out to Relish. That is delicious food. You should go there.
Nice. How about you, Tiffany? What the hell did you do?
What the hell did I do? We won the costume contest at It's About Time in Farmingdale. We were two rote girls and supporting cast.
I saw pictures of that.
Yeah, so it was me, Diana, the girls were there, Kate, and Scott. So Scott was Oleg, and Kate joined us as Sophie, and they were phenomenal. And I had to leave early because I had a migraine, so they hung out and got that $50 for us because it's all about the money.
It is all about the money. Why else are we in this business to do anything?
Exactly.
We also went to Prohibition on Thursday.
That was Halloween. Yeah, I don't celebrate.
Yes.
Not my thing.
Well, why not? Too religious?
I don't have a religion. I don't. But no, I don't. I don't want to buy a costume. I was in Party City shopping. I don't do costumes. I hate buying stuff once. Like when people get married and a woman buys that dress, like she's not wearing that ever again. Like how much was that dress? You're not gonna wear. It's just the same thing with a costume. Like I'm not wearing a costume. And then again, when you go to a costume party, it's like we're like on a movie set, but nobody's really in character. We just look like the character. Yeah. So I don't know. I think Halloween's weird. I'm happy that it's over. November 1st, I celebrate. It's my day. Thank God. People are still celebrating. What the fuck is that?
Yeah. Hey, Scott, what's going on? Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. Both parties enjoyed it. Liquor, which is I always love when there's cheap liquor. And just hung out and just enjoyed ourselves.
And you said you went to Prohibition, right?
Yes.
I gotta admit, a couple of years ago, I went to Prohibition many times, and I thought it was a pretty decent place. But when they added that little stage, I don't know what about that stage, but it kind of makes it a little more appealing. I don't know why.
Yeah,
when there's a band on that stage, it looks a little better, or a lot better. It's kind of a cooler bar to me right now. So I think it's a better venue.
It's funny.
A couple inches makes a lot of difference.
Yeah, it does,
yeah. Especially in a king size bed. Okay, anyway.
So one of the things that I've always said about Prohibition, and I know that they're not listening to me and they're not going to make any change for me, but if that bar was just like moved to the side and make it so much more
if they had a little more room, but the bar is a little big for the room.
Yeah.
But the two ladies that work there, Dara and Lauren.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think that. I mean, they don't have that much space in there. I think
Well, it's
they're
tiny
working
if
with
you're
some
working in there.
small real estate, but the bar is a good sized bar.
Yeah, but I'm saying, so look at the bar the way it is. It's an oval, right?
Right.
If you took out one side and you
Right.
moved it against the wall,
Agreed.
you basically would have the same amount
You'd
of
have a
bar
little
space.
more elbow room.
Yeah, and
But,
everybody and you moved it back, you'd have a little bit of a dance floor, a little bit of a,
Agreed, but like anything in the world, let's say you pack your garage up. You're like, I need more room because I have a lot of shit. Well, if you have a bigger garage, you're gonna have just more shit.
More shit,
Still
yes.
gonna be more cramped.
Yes, absolutely. So for the fun of it, one of the questions I was asking, because we have 1,000 groups, right? We all know them.
Are we up to 1,000 already?
Yeah, there's 1,000, easily 1,000, right? Well, I mean, we're only in about 999 of them, but there's 1,000 groups.
Stardust.
So what are the like the better groups to actually like? Where is the best group to find love? What is the best group for hookups? What is the best group to make friends?
Wow. You want me to start listing these?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Because
boy.
let's think about it. I mean,
All right.
like every group has their own little thing. Like again, I will say it. My group is a little bit of the
Hell?
Yeah,
We're talking about hell?
hell. That's where all the idiots.
I mean,
hang
it's
out.
a little weird, calling it hell to begin with, right? All right. So you feel like you're in hell. Is that the idea? What's the concept behind that?
It's my own personal hell.
Okay.
Because most of the people are just weird. Well, what happens is this. Andrew,
they do
what's going on?
post the same stuff everywhere.
Well, except for our group. One of the things I love about my group is this. When I'm in every other group, like for the 40 plus,
Right.
I was the bad boy of 40 plus, right? Which is why I'm no longer there. I go to other groups. I'm like, oh my God, it's Gio's posting this. But in my group, I'm average because they're crazier people than me in that group.
Well, I think people feel like, okay, we're in a group called hell. We could post whatever the hell we want.
Yes,
Right?
So I try to
No
to keep
politics.
They might steer it in a crazy direction, like, oh, you know what? I could post a set of tits here and feel comfortable. I don't know what the laws are there.
No, Facebook
the
will take it
Facebook
down.
laws,
You get
I
in
don't know.
trouble, but
Yeah, Facebook is usually right on top of it. They have a team working just for us.
Probably.
I have 13 warnings right now.
But then again, you got to think there are other states that have groups designed just for them. Like if you're in Charlotte, North Carolina, they have.
Oh no! Listen, that's the thing. I don't think people realize that. Hell, I've been in groups that are like 1,000 times worse than and they're just bad. They're just crappy to be crappy. There's absolutely nothing funny about them. They just they like posting the most vicious things that they can. I always said I don't care about it, how vicious it is, as long as it's funny.
It should be
you
funny.
know,
I'm willing to offend people to get a laugh. I'll sacrifice a child if I have to.
Yeah,
it's worth it.
No,
It's
exactly.
worth it.
Exactly. As long as the way you're sacrificing is funny.
Yes.
Because if it's not funny, what the hell are we doing this for? So anyway, it's funny because all right. Like the 40 plus always advertise themselves as not a place to where
hi Joe.
Where you want to basically it's not a dating place.
Not a dating group.
No, but honestly, the one thing now the 40 plus has completely changed. But everybody that was in the 40 plus and they moved out and everybody has their own group now.
It's a lot of people have spawned their own thing.
But they also everybody's hooked up with everybody.
Yeah, I mean,
I came late to the game.
It happens. But is it a dating group or is it not? I don't like. What's the definition of a dating? I mean, it's designed for people that are like-minded to meet.
But I know for
if we're all fertile, there'd be babies born.
Well, yeah, God forbid, spawn of evil. I know that I've known 3 couples that were made from my events.
It's possible, and they're still together.
There would have been 4 if they were still together, but there's 3 that are still together.
Wow,
long term.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah,
success.
I have nothing to do with it. It's just luck.
Are they miserable or what?
Oh, probably. But you know what? When you're miserable together, Tiffany,
we're in this shit together.
Yeah. What about you, Tiffany? What do you think is the best group for hooking up?
Hooking up.
Hookup group.
Besides farmers.com.
Don't knock it.
Whoa.
I have somebody.
Is that a real group?
Farmers only?
Farmers only.
Yeah, I have in my previous life, I have 2 friends that met on Farmers only, and
That's
now
a
they
real
have 2
group?
kids together.
Hilarious.
Yeah, they've been together. There's not a group, it's a like an online like
There's like a guy pull up in a
Match.com.
tractor, and like the girl's like, "Wow, those are big wheels." And,
You know how expensive tractors are?
Oh,
These girls, you're chasing the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
You're chasing the wrong thing.
No, you got a pretty car there, but at the tractor's like $150,000.
oh, I know. Yeah.
You know.
So,
International Harvester. I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about.
thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe I feel like I'm gonna catch hell for it.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like just maybe 39 is the king of hookups.
Oh yeah, probably.
39 plus.
That-
And for only other reason that it's just the word mingle can mean a lot
Yeah.
of different things.
Well, listen, they're young, they're good-looking people, so that probably helps.
But I think their MO, their thing is let's go out, let's enjoy.
Just have
The
a good
nightlife.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that comes, pretty people, everybody's dressed up.
Yeah.
Mingle, and whatever happens. Let the night take control. It's not a bad thing. It's just
The groups are the new AOL chat rooms.
That's funny, Andrew.
ooh, AOL chat rooms, LOL, ASL.
And now we can. The
Yeah.
problem is that we can see you though.
Yes,
The best room was Long Island Want to Meet. If you were in that room, that was my room. I didn't own it, but I was
A lot of
frequent.
DTF that comments in there, huh?
That term didn't come out until the late 2010s, so I don't know.
Yeah. So I think that a lot more. So moving to friendship, which is a lot easier. I think it's funny because I know they don't get along together, but in a different way. Both Sensational and the Sociables are very good with that. Because Sociables has a cool vibe of fun people hanging out, a little crazy. Where Sensational is maybe a little bit older. And by old, I mean
They're more Suffolky.
By
Yes,
that I
that's
mean
the major
I mean my
difference is
age.
location.
You know,
We're old, Gio.
Yeah, I know.
We're old AF.
that.
You just have to get that through your head.
Yeah, I listen.
With
I
your
don't give
brown hair.
Well, I was gonna. Yes, well, listen. That's why you date a girl 12 years younger than you, so you don't.
You
feel
are
that.
a goddamn genius.
Yeah, that's what you do.
I caused some of the grays on the
Yeah.
so be careful.
That's what they do. That's what they do.
So which then brings me to so those are the groups that are cool to hang out with.
I
And
think to like break back into the social scene though, because that seems to be a thing that's a little difficult.
yes,
From when you've got when you're together with somebody and you're social, and then you're all of a sudden. I think the 40 plus and maybe the real deal are kind of like your breakout groups.
Breakout groups.
You know, does that make sense?
Yes, because they're
Yeah.
more like
Yes.
So like your 40 plus is maybe like you're a quiet person, but you need to dip your
Right,
toes
come on
in the
out.
scene, so you're gonna go to 40 plus.
Yeah.
If you are ready to go, like you're ready to party, but if this is your first time out, then you're in the real deal.
that is actually that's a very good point. See, you're not just a pretty face. Because that's what we used to hear a lot. You know, when I was frequenting a lot more of these parties and stuff like that, people used to come out, and it was the first time coming out. And you used to have like a batch of people coming out, and I'm pretty sure the 40 plus still does that. I just don't go to the events right now. But if I did, I'm pretty sure it would be the same thing. There's a lot of people that go to these events that, whereas like my event, my Giotopia events, which
it's perfect for social anxiety. That's what it is.
Well,
It's, hey,
right.
we'll walk you to the fucking door.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Yeah,
Get in here.
Right. Whereas, like I say, my group is more people that have been hanging out for a while. We all know each other. We just have a lot of fun with things. That's why I always try to do something different.
But we don't discourage new people.
We don't discourage them. And you're always welcome. But
some groups or some situations, it gets clicky, right? So, and you'll hear people talk like, "Oh, I went there and did this thing, but it was so clicky, I felt uncomfortable."
Yeah.
Right. So that's like something that sucks
Yeah.
because if everybody has their groups of friends at an event and a party, they're all going to be stuck in corners and like, "Oh, who's the new guy? I don't want to let the
And
new
then all
guy."
of a sudden we're in high
It
school.
kind of blows.
Yeah.
It kind of blows. So, I was talking to somebody the other day, and she was very nervous about talking or meeting new people. And she's like, "I want to go to these events, but I don't know what to do." And I told her how to do it. I said, "You just got to bust into a conversation over here and just smack yourself right into the conversation and just get in there." There's no real private conversations happening in a group
Not a
event.
public setting.
If they're talking about private shit, they should go home and do that.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, it's kind of like you have to kind of own it. You have to kind of own the room. You can't just walk in and be skittish.
Yeah,
Make it till you make it.
Yeah, fake it.
No,
Put
absolutely.
on a show.
Yeah, and you definitely
or just take your clothes off. One of the two, you'll get all the attention you need.
Yeah, well, usually the cops come at that point.
That's later.
Yeah,
that's why we have lawyers in the groups.
Yeah, plenty of lawyers and plenty of criminals.
They go hand in hand.
Yes. Now, but let's say you're somebody that doesn't want to, that is more looking to date now, not just go out and date.
Here we go. This 4-letter word, dating.
Yeah. So a lot of times, most people will go on a date.
Yeah.
And their first date, let's go. I always hear this thing. Well, do you want to go on a coffee date? Do you want to go in a restaurant? You want to go to the movies? But what if actually went outside the box and tried to do something different? A cool dating ideas.
I like this.
You guys too. Let me know.
I love this idea. Where did you come up with this?
Yeah.
I like this idea, but maybe not for a first meeting. Maybe for like a first date or second or third date.
Okay.
Either
way.
Like, what would be a cool ass like date? Not let's go out to dinner, let's get something to eat. How about like, hey, I got 2 tickets to this rodeo in January. You want to go with me? How cool is that? That's a cool date.
Do you really have tickets for the rodeo in January?
I have 2 tickets for a rodeo in January.
Where?
Madison Square Garden.
We went to it. Okay.
You went to it last year. Yeah. No, I remember. Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
I've never seen it. I want to go, and I got 2 tickets. I don't know what to do. My kids don't want to go. They're like, no, it's so stupid.
No, it's phenomenal. It is absolutely phenomenal.
They're great.
It's
just the bull riding though. They don't do all the other.
Oh, whatever.
And you know what the best part is?
You
know what the best part is? The guy lasts 8 seconds and he gets cheated on by a ton of women. So I'm like, whoa!
If he lasts 10, he gets a buckle.
Yes.
I mean, I'd imagine there's probably some music behind it. There's probably some announcements. It's probably just exciting.
Oh,
like they have
it doesn't stop.
The rodeo clowns are kind of like the master of ceremonies.
I want to watch. I want to watch how they set that up. Like,
okay, wait a minute. Scott says go hang at Costco. That's funny. But I have heard from a lot of chicks that like a Target date.
What do you mean go hang at Costco?
You like
what does that mean?
Go in and you walk around Costco.
That's not a date though. That's meet. That's looking to meet people.
Target, you can go get coffee, and then walk.
Oh, you mean with somebody?
Yeah, with them. No, you're not going and like bumping carts.
That's what I. Yeah, that's what I thought he meant. Like, oh, hey, that's a nice cucumber. Anyway.
Hot night.
So like a grocery store date. That is a cool idea. That's
Kate's saying that do a little bit of grocery shopping.
Grocery shopping together is fun.
That is go make dinner.
Then you like let's go with the ingredients for a meal, and we'll go back to whoever's place.
Well,
maybe that's the third date.
That's cool. Yeah, it could be a third. I was going to say that's solid fun.
You go to the vegetable aisle and she goes start grabbing the big.
Like, whoa, that's a big zucchini.
Yeah.
What are you doing with that? Where's that going?
Christ.
I don't eat that. By the way, I don't like zucchini. I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah. He's not supposed to be a fan of
it. No good. No good.
Cooking class. Carla says a
cooking class sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
But no, not really. And I'll tell you why. It doesn't sound like there's a lot of time for talking. Right? Cooking class that you're going to be listening to some person teach you how to cook, right? It doesn't that take it's like going to the movies. It kind of takes away.
No,
I think you can learn something about somebody though by taking a class with them.
And I think cooking class, I think it works. So if you go to movies on a first or second date, they're not good unless you're basically going to a restaurant first. You're just basically
you're finishing up the night.
Yeah, you finish up in the night. That's fine, but the cooking class is a little bit different because you are listening, you are doing stuff, but there is a lot of time in between. I mean, you're not constantly making something. It's a lot.
See if you can read. Yeah. I can see if you read with your mouth moving.
Yeah. Is he drooling? Is he drooling over the paprika? You freak.
Are you washing your hands?
You can make Parmesan correctly.
Ooh, Parmesan. The Parmesan.
Carla's saying you could do a pottery class.
A pottery class. That's good. You do the ghost thing.
You take
but now that we all just said that, I'll bet you every pottery class has 2 people that go, let's do the ghost thing. Mm-hmm. It's like the baby jump in the dance in the Dirty Dancing scene, and everybody wants to do that dance. What do they call that? That's the lift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody did that to me last year at Toomey's. I got Kathy. She's like, do it. And I was like, if I drop you, this is going to suck. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
So,
Can't really recover from that.
No.
well, what else is there? What other type of dating that like shooting range, right?
I've gone on a
That's
shooting
fun.
range date.
Yeah.
In the late '90s, I did. It was kind of cool. I had a 9mm, right? Fucking 9mm. And we went to a range. She's like, "Let's go to the range." We bought bullets. And we just shot guns all day.
That's nice.
Pretty wild.
That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
But you got to both be into it.
Oh yeah.
If she's like scared of guns, you're not talking her into
But
it.
isn't that telling you something right off the bat?
Yeah. Well,
It
right.
might not be the person for you.
But it also gives you the opportunity to wrap around.
Right.
If that's your physical
well, you could do that with golf
Snap.
too. You do this right. So you got to play with the wedgie, right?
Summer date pool hopping. I have no idea what that is.
Pool hopping. That sounds like shit I used to do at different hotels in Myrtle Beach. You find a late at night. You meet some girl in a nightclub, and you find random hotel pools that are just wide open that you can just jump in. That's pool hopping.
All right.
All right.
So what else would be a cool idea? See, I don't
Dave
have,
and Buster's is fun.
David Buster's can be a good time, right? You'd have to just both be on board for playing some games.
they're always a little bit. You know what? So the idea is, first of all, if you get too much into the game, then it's not good. But the idea is just so that you're not staring at
You
each other.
shouldn't care about the game as much. The game is not important.
Listen, I'm a pretty good conversationalist, so I don't really have to care. You know, but not a lot of people are good at talking.
Right.
You know, so those people want to do something where they can interact and throw in a couple of things,
Right.
you know, here and there. Sound smart or sound funny or stuff like that. Because it's hard to be on for like a for
Well,
a full
yeah,
hour.
so that's what that you can because you can go grab a drink or you can sit down and eat dinner.
Right.
Or if you really don't like each other, but you feel obligated to spend another hour together, you just go beat them at a couple of games.
Well, I was going to say, so Kate made a good point. That's the point that, you know, Kate's making there, that, you know, if you're super competitive, that's a problem because you
gotta turn
start fighting.
you gotta turn that off. You gotta turn your competition guy off. No,
Yeah, but if that's who you are,
if that's who you are,
you shouldn't hide
she's
it.
gonna be like, yep, that's a wrap.
Because if it comes out 6 months, a year down the road,
Well,
then
okay, but see, that's the thing. That's another great
I'm
point.
super competitive.
But that's another great point. How long till you figure out? You know, listen, we all kind of hide a little bit of who we are, right? The negative parts of us, as you know, as much as we can. I mean, I think you told me about this girl that you realized after the second, third date she was a heavy, heavy drinker. Like, right? That was good that you found out really quickly.
Definitely.
I went out with a girl who we went to get sushi, and she was rude to the waitstaff. Like, right. So that was a no-no for me, and I did that right away. You know what I mean?
Why were you rude to the waitstaff?
Yeah.
That was me. I just couldn't use chopsticks.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
No, you shouldn't be rude to the waitstaff ever.
Ever.
She's learned about the use of chopsticks. She's
Not
still expert for.
Oh, well,
Depends on how hungry I am.
they make chopsticks with a little rubber band on top. So
Yeah,
you
the baby
can-
chopsticks.
Yeah, you just go for that.
You're killing me.
Is it even important if you don't know how to do? Like, do you give a shit? Like, get the sushi in the mouth. Who cares? Why are we trying to be Japanese? We're not.
I know, but it's
It's not important.
Part of the fun.
It's old.
I like even when I go to get my Chinese food, I have it with the chopsticks, but it helps me because I eat really, really fast. But the chopstick helped me slow down because I'm good at them.
I use the chopsticks.
But it
I'll
slows me
use
down.
it, but it takes me a minute. Like, and the wait staff will see me like practicing with it first, so they just come and slide a fork on the table.
Right. You're gonna need this.
That's wrong, honey.
Can you please? You've been here 3 hours.
And then they play the country music.
Oh, really? That's great.
Yeah, well, actually, at the sushi place,
Umami.
Umami here,
They
they
play country music
Yeah.
sometimes.
Oh, that's awesome.
so Cynthia's saying that axe throwing is boring
Axe
Unless-
throwing.
unless you're throwing it at someone. Then it becomes fun.
I've never been to axe throwing. I don't want to go. You know what I mean? I don't want to go.
You know,
Shooting's more fun.
you know what's fun about axe throwing? If you actually go off a barn with a circle with a real axe and throw it against that, that's fun. But the way they have it, because now because
It's
to
set up
protect you,
for safety.
they're set up for safety.
Can you blame them? I
yeah.
mean, yeah. But to me, that doesn't look fun at all. I mean, if you're if you are willing to enjoy that, then yes, that could be a good date.
So Kate says that it's important to let people know who you are. Well, Kate, not if you're me. You don't want people to know who you are.
What do you mean let people know who you are?
Like if you're competitive.
Because I said you gotta fake it for a little bit. I'm not saying like there's certain bad, we all have our bad characteristics.
I don't.
Not you. Yeah, of course not. So we try to kind of hide some of the things until you could make sure that, like, you shouldn't hide. Like, if you're a drug addict, I mean, you should come out right and say, I'm a drug addict. Just
and
so you know,
going out with another drug addict.
I'm going to say I might relax, just so they know. But what I'm saying is, if you are like super competitive, you kind of want to hide that a little bit, because you know what? I'm a sweet guy, but I'm also super competitive.
I'm a sweet guy, but I scream at babies.
But if you go bowling or something, you're gonna try to get a strike.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to beat you. I just want to get, when I go bowling and I'm with people, doesn't matter who I'm with. Even with I want to get the ball down the middle and hit all the pins down. I don't care if I win. I just want to knock the pins down.
Yeah,
that's my goal.
Scott saying that the gag order. Let me get a gag order so that I can't tell people who I am. Can't come 100 feet to the high school. Is
that the reason why I had to sign the non-disclosure when I moved in?
Yes. Yeah. So those are some ideas. Well, here's the other thing. What about dating? What about distance?
Distance,
like,
it's another fine topic. Where did you come up with it?
I am on fire.
How far are you willing to travel to meet or see this person that you just met, whether you met her on the internet or you met her in maybe college or the military, and you got in touch with her, or she was in high school and you're like, you got in touch?
So far, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you something funny before I start reading these, but I'm pretty sure they're going to ton of comments are going to come. I know people that will not go to Suffolk people that will not go to Nassau.
Yeah, they exist.
I'm like, at that point, you're not looking for true love. You're looking to get laid, right? And you're like, I don't want to go to Nassau to get laid. The other thing is, distance sometimes helps in building relationship, because me and Tiffany spoke for probably a year before we actually met in person.
Where did you meet? Like on Tinder or something, or one of those
websites? It was basically in Hell,
right?
But Hell in a different, not in Facebook, in a group called Line, and it was from a game that we used to play online.
Okay.
And it was basically, we had groups that we could then we used to talk to each other, if we were in the same team and stuff like that. We could make groups of a same team, and we talked and talked for a while. And basically what I'm saying is, and then you start talking, and then you start private messaging, and you find out and you start talking. Here's what I learned about that. The difference between dating from going to Plenty of Fish, and I never went to Tinder, but Plenty of Fish, Bumble, or whatever that one. You did not get enough information from those people, and then you met them. Whereas if you were talking to somebody and you had something in common for a long time, you learned a lot about them. Because again, that year passes and you start figuring out likes and dislikes, if you're in the same wavelength about certain things. So it gives you enough time to basically realize that if this is somebody you want to meet.
Right.
I mean, obviously, if she lived in,
you were here.
Yeah, if she lived in New Jersey, I would have. Obviously, I would have wanted to meet her in New Jersey. Let's say she lived in Michigan, which was
824
different time zone.
Yeah. Yes.
No.
Well, right next to a different time zone. You literally just 20 miles, and then you're in a different time zone.
Hour and a half.
Whatever. But so then she. What's it called? Her daughter was coming here to do I guess we call them recitals, but what do you guys call them?
We had a dance trip.
Dance trip, and I basically said, "Oh, I could meet you there." And I wound up, I don't know how, but I wound up getting hooked in to basically take her whole freaking play, the whole Michigan crew to all over the city, But anyway, that's But the point being is, I spoke to her for a year before we met. And So, but distance, going back to it, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people will not even go from Suffolk to Nassau, and some people will travel, 800 miles. So what's the deal? What do you think?
Man, that is a good question. Glad you asked it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how far I'd go. I'd definitely
What
go
about
to
you?
Nassau County. I've gone as far as Oceanside, I've even gone as far as Queens, but when I was in the 90s, I drove from North Carolina to Minnesota to meet a girl off the internet. This is before AOL. This is like Merc 32 when like the internet just like came out.
When you opened the door, what's Chris Hansen there?
No, definitely no. I was probably 22 and she was like 19. No, I think.
Hopefully, did you ID her?
Yes, definitely gonna ID people.
Well, so Carla says,
I don't know if I do that now.
I think it's different though. It depends on if you're wanting to meet somebody and get to know them face to face, then meeting somebody online at a distance doesn't make any sense because there's not going to be a lot of that face to face time.
Right, because you're going to have a whole bunch of phone calls first.
Right, exactly. I had a pretty good idea of who you were before.
You still don't know.
He was competitive. He was beating you in the game.
Yeah, sure. We had a chance to get to know each other a lot better, more so than I think if we would have just met organically, like at a party or something.
That's true. Well, the funny thing is, I liked farm stuff, and she was a farmer. That was just a coincidence.
I completed the farm.
Yeah,
collection.
I was collecting cow pictures and stuff like that, and I collected home.
Okay.
Antique farm equipment.
Final piece to the puzzle. Good.
Andrew said he's in Oceanside. You never dated.
Oh, sorry.
But you got Long Island also has, or New York, I think it's just Long Island, has a weird sense of time and miles. Like if it's outside of a 5-minute drive, it's not worth your time.
Well, I was gonna say. So we laugh about this now, but everything is 15 minutes away here, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
But if they have to go to Target, it's like a half hour, 45-minute drive. Right. But to them, that's nothing. And I got a little bit more used to that now, so that when we go to Salem or we go to Florida, when we drive all the time, because I like driving, but it's also I don't feel it as the way I used to. I drove to Tennessee, 12-hour trip, I think it was also somewhere on there, and it was fine. It's just you look at, especially if you take them back roads, you're not going, on the expressway and the highways and stuff like that.
Yes,
it's a lot of fun to look at the different. Once you leave New York, a little bit of New Jersey.
Wherever there's mustard on the hamburger, it's definitely a different one.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
You guys are the only ones that don't.
We don't put mustard on hamburgers. My mother does, though. My mother puts mustard on hamburgers.
I asked for mustard at the diner, and they brought me brown mustard. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah,
brown mustard.
Golden's. That's the shit, man.
No, I just needed yellow mustard. What the heck? But if you go to Chicago and try to put ketchup on your hot dog,
really,
they will kick you out.
Get out of here.
They won't give it to you.
So Dawn said she went as far as Riverhead. For context, where do you live, Dawn? But again,
she's in Malvern.
Oh, Malvern. Okay. We know a little bit more.
I know everything about everybody.
Yeah. So anyway, but that's a pretty.
The connection does make the difference, Dawn.
Yeah, yeah.
That is a trip. That from Malvern to Riverhead.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good drive.
Right, but what is that? 45 minutes?
Yeah. But when you're doing that drive, like, all right, is it my turn to go see her? Or is it her turn to come see me? Like, what do? You meet in the middle every couple days that you want to see each other? I'm saying when you're dating, it's gonna get crazy.
Yeah.
Like, how many miles on your car is she really worth? You know what I mean?
Yeah. How much
value of my car doesn't,
what's the price of trees? What's the price of gasoline at that time?
I don't even know what that is, Gio. I don't even know what gasoline is.
He has an electric car now. He gave up his manhood.
No, but I mean, listen, if the person's worth it, and in your eyes, they can only be worth it to you.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you say?
It explains your personal vendetta against zucchini.
Oh yeah, definitely. It hurts. Anyway,
So, well, okay. So now, first date. How you dressing?
First date, or like we're going out for a drink. We got to separate those two. I'm getting dressed up.
First date to a restaurant.
I'm wearing button down, maybe slacks, maybe nice jeans, probably French cuffs.
French cuffs?
Yes, sir.
All right. You had me everything there except the French. I don't put French cuffs on unless...
And maybe either a flamboyant pair of sneakers that are dressy, or shoes, or my motorcycle boots that fucking suck, other than the way they look.
Bodysuit.
Scott,
Wear a cup.
Yeah.
Especially on the first date.
Scott's wearing a cup? I should wear a cup?
If you're going to wear a bodysuit, a man should put a cup in there.
Oh, man. A bodysuit. Yeah. Oh, my God. I can't do that.
Nobody needs to see that.
Yeah, you want a second date, don't you?
Keep it.
Oh, you should always listen. You're going to meet somebody for the first time. It's like going on a job interview. Are you wearing pajamas, or are you going to look your best?
Well, more importantly, what do you wear on a first date?
Less is more.
No. I mean, I guess it depends on. That's the reason why the girl always wants to know what you're doing. Because if it's a first date in a restaurant, you're probably going to wear a nice dress with a modest amount of cleavage, like not so much that I look like you're going to get a blowjob on the first date, but enough to make you want to see the rest of it later.
Yeah. So you want to fight for the second date? Is that what you're saying?
You're going to fight for the second date.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're going out on something called a date, you're going out to dinner,
Andrew's going to wear clown suit.
You should look good, man.
I agree. Listen, you had me everywhere. I usually wear a button-down shirt with slacks and shoes.
If you look like a schlub on your first date, you're a schlub.
First date uniform for a man.
Because if you're on your first date, you show up looking like a bum, she's gonna perceive you as a bum. She's like, really? This is what you're wearing?
It's always best to show up overdressed.
Fuck yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, if you're dressing down on your first date, you're gonna show up in pajamas by the fifth date, right? You know.
Yeah, or naked, bathed in his birthday suit. But I mean, let's say I'm meeting somebody for coffee on the boardwalk. I'll tell her, I'm like, listen, I'm gonna wear like sweats and a hoodie, but I'm gonna have really nice sneakers on.
You do have nice sneakers.
Thank you.
Isn't that how you basically, if you're going to a naked beach or a nudist beach, wouldn't it be like that'd be like your outfit, the shoes? Do you wear shoes at a nudist beach?
I don't know the etiquette. I don't know the etiquette. I don't know. Do we have any nudists in this room?
Nudies unite.
They're humans. I mean, they know the etiquettes. I've never been to a nude beach. I have no desire to go to one because I'm
good.
Do you know how?
I feel I'd be disappointed.
Do you know how you can tell if there's a blind man among you?
How?
It's not hard.
Oh.
You want a pen and paper to write that one down
for
later?
I don't.
Cynthia's saying, no. So wait, so you go barefoot? That's disgusting.
Ooh, watch what you're
I
stepping
don't go
on.
barefoot at the regular beach when I have clothes on, just because the sand's hot.
The whole nudist thing's weird to me. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a whole lifestyle.
Yeah,
in and of itself. I can't get into that.
Well, you know what? It's funny because and I'm quoting a Seinfeld thing here, but the woman is like a work of art. Men are just utilitarian.
Yeah, but listen,
I mean?
when you're
all
talking
the pipings and
nudist colonies, it's not like it's not a sex thing. It's a nudist thing, dude. I watched a documentary on nudists. There were like they were talking about their children being around. That's fucking weird, man.
It's very weird.
Yeah,
like if they're naked too, dude, I'm out.
But
that's
I mean,
weird.
I think if you look at it, I don't know. I can't even justify that.
It's
Normally, I play devil's advocate, but
it's the parents saying, "Hey, look, this is our natural body and our natural casing. We could just be natural."
That's well. The other thing is that usually it's not the people you want to see naked at all.
There's a lot of that. Yeah. Is that a humpback? No.
That's my grandma.
Are you carrying somebody on your back?
I'm not into that whole nudist thing. That's not the same as a swinger lifestyle. It's another weird thing. But if you're into it, it's okay, huh?
Yeah.
It takes all kinds, James. It's not my kind, but it takes all kinds.
There's some groups in here that
That's fine. They're allowed.
that we will,
It's legal.
We're probably advertising for them right now.
It's fine. They're allowed to do their thing. It's just not me.
But actually, one of the things that one of the events that besides the events that we have coming up, one of the things I want to try to do for November is do it like a nun run. So I'm basically gonna get guys to dress up like as priests and stuff like that, and the ladies to dress up as nuns.
Is this an actual like marathon?
No, you just go from bar to bar.
Bar to bar. We
Like
just
hedgehog or something.
What is with costumes? You guys are always costume affiliated.
You gotta do something different. You don't have to listen. All you have to buy is a collar, a black shirt and a collar, and you're good. Me, I'm going to dress as the Pope.
I had a feeling you would be dressed up
As the Pope.
as the Pope. Oh, that's a good one for you. What are you doing? Like a nun?
Could be a nun.
Like a regular nun.
Yeah.
Not a slutty nun.
Yeah. No,
Because we all know those churches are full of slutty,
Yes.
slutty nuns.
Yeah.
Not a Halloween nun.
That's where you want to go for, to hook up.
Mm.
Because that's another thing. When
Are they in the 39 group? Where the hookup is.
That whole group is the nun run.
Foot fetish beach. No, Scott.
Yeah, Scott said he's
Foot fetish beach.
Scott-
Scott, I'm getting a little concerned
Yeah.
about
It's
you.
taking a turn.
Yeah, well,
What's next?
You're getting us nervous, Scott.
Are we learning something about Scott that we didn't know?
Kate, take note.
Are his feet on OnlyFans?
You know what the funny thing is? So people pay for pictures of feet.
Yes.
I have 1,000 pictures of people's feet because by mistake.
You
not
could
on purpose.
probably sell them.
Because as a joke, people will.
But if somebody recognizes their own feet, you might have a loss.
Pimps and hoes is overdone, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, pimp and hoe parties are kind of a tad passe.
Yeah. You know what? You have to do it right if you're gonna do it. Pimps and hoes. It's
Well, the way Brian was telling me, he was like, he did a couple of pimp and hoe parties and he said for years he's done them and places were packed. His business was packed.
Yeah.
And then all it took was like two people to make this little like judgy situation, turned it into a whole political thing. It kind of ruined the party.
Well, that's how we lost the squirrel.
That's kind of we lost the squirrel.
The hamster. What did we lose?
Oh no! Wait,
the little animal that they killed.
Oh, Fred?
Squirrel.
Was it a squirrel? Yes.
Oh, the New York. No,
Yeah,
one lady.
I'm not drawing the line. Oh, political. Oh, you see.
Oh, and the raccoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how did we get into that?
Because somebody
What a
complained
segue.
and ruined the whole parties, and somebody
Oh,
complained.
gotcha.
and ruined the
That's
squirrel
yeah.
party.
Same kind of situation.
Peanut, yes. thank you.
Peanut. That's his name. I thought it was Fred.
So-
The raccoon is Fred.
Yeah. So some idiot woman who had a business, and now she basically had to remove all her postings online, or because she had a photography business, I think.
She had a photography business. She
So-
had to delete everything on
Yeah,
social
because
media.
she complained because of it wasn't bothering anybody, and maybe she didn't understand because New
What
York
did she
is
complained
New
to?
York is first of
Animal
all,
control.
she's not from New
Because
York.
it's a
She's
wild
from
animal.
like Texas or something like
So
that.
technically, you're not supposed to you're not supposed to domesticate wildlife.
They came in with guns ablaze.
We didn't
And
shoot
this-
the animals. They
No,
euthanized
the
them.
squirrel bit one of them because it was scared.
Oh.
And then the only way this is my understanding, the only way to check for rabies is to kill them and check out their brain.
Oh, that's
You could also kill the guy that freaking got bit by
He could have just taken his shots like a
yeah,
man.
like a man. Yes, exactly. No, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous. But all right, we're getting into something that I don't want to get into because I'm going to get pissed. But going back to somebody said we could have a leather and lace party.
leather and lace. That
Yeah.
sounds like a bunch of pimps and whores.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
That sounds like a lot of ladies not wearing much.
yes.
And somebody's gonna walk around with leather chapless cheek. There's gonna be cheek chillers all over the place.
You know who I put my money on? Frank Falia. He'll show up in
Assless chaps.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
you
I can see him doing that.
I knew that. So he'll do anything for a laugh. So, yeah.
I love Frank though.
So, talking about events, just to bring up the date. We have. So I got a bunch of planning. Like, I'm going to work on probably January, February, we're gonna work on doing a burlesque thing.
Now, that's a whole thing, right? Tell me what burlesque is. I'm so lost with burlesque. What is it? What is a burlesque show?
Have you ever seen Moulin Rouge?
No, I don't think
So
Me
it's entertainment with a little bit of a sexiness in it.
but there's no nudity.
No.
And it's not
nudity.
perverted or pornographic.
No,
It's not. And the whole idea was to get as close as possible without actually being nude.
I see.
But you
It's
also
a
have to be,
tease. So it's a tease. It's a strip tease?
No, it's not
No.
a strip tease. And you have to you have to be talented too, right? Because you're doing a little bit of dancing, a little bit of singing.
Oh, and they're singing.
Yeah, kind of to music that's going around. There's some playing music, and it's older type music. You're drinking. It's slow paced. You're enjoying yourself,
Gotcha.
and it's just fun. You get,
So isn't it like Saloon Girls back in the day?
yeah, kind of, but without the big frilly dresses.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I guess it is it's a show, right? So there's
Yeah.
music, so either they're singing or dancing or both.
Yeah, it's entertaining. It's not dimples.
Yeah.
Are they wearing the pasties?
No, I think it's like more like corsets and
Yeah.
Okay.
stuff like that.
I'm pretty sure there's some that go further, but that's not what I'm thinking about.
And where do you want to do this? Is this
It would probably be at Katie's too. Katie's has the
could
perfect.
he legally have that? I guess he
Yeah,
could,
there's no
right?
Why
nudity.
wouldn't
There's
you?
no-
You
there's
know,
no
Right,
nudity.
right,
It's not a
right.
strip club.
But anyway, those are just some ideas.
Andrew also wants to know about tassels.
Yes.
You can wear them anytime you'd like to at home.
Yeah.
And pasties.
So talking about that event, obviously we got the comedy show coming up.
Yes, sir.
That's very exciting.
That's going to be fun.
So that's November 15th. If you haven't gotten your ticket yet, your ticket now, because the first 50 people that get their ticket are going to get reserved seating. Everybody's going to get a seat, but the reserved seating is going to be the booths on the table. So because there's going to be food, right? All you can eat food, and you want to be able to eat it on a table. If there's, I expect there to be 100 people. So the next 50 people, there's going to be chairs, but they're going to be basically having to hold the plate or get up and eat.
And if nobody finishes the food, we're giving it to the local squirrels.
Yes, the local Squirrel Association. But yes, so that's for those of you that then we have Festivus. What was it, December 20th? I think.
Yeah.
Festivus December 20th. That's a lot of fun always. Then most of you probably saw already. We've booked the Hyatt.
That's a very nice hotel, Gio.
Super
Yes.
nice.
So I mean, listen, everything's costing $100 per person. Food, drinks, right? Open bar, food. Yeah.
Did you book hookers?
No, that's you got to supply that in your
Bring your own hookers. Bring your it's BYOH, guys.
Yes. The entertainment all for $100, right? So that's going to include everything. Now, so if anybody's been to a party last year, we usually have three types of parties, right? If you book a hotel room,
Hi, Patty.
and it's like $149 for the hotel room, which
Right.
you share with somebody, so it's costing you $75.
Now wait a minute. You say I share with somebody. Like if I book myself, I'm alone, I'm
Yeah.
dateless. You're pairing me up with a total
No,
stranger.
No,
Okay,
it's up to you.
Nobody has to stay in the hotel.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll
It's just
fuck
an
whoever you put in the
option.
room with me, whatever it is. I don't care, even if it's you.
There you
Okay.
go.
That worries me a
Chris
little bit.
Marino, I found you a partner.
Yes.
You don't have to stay in the hotel.
Right.
You don't have to stay at the hotel. You can get the ticket and just come to the party and then go home.
Yes.
It's two separate costs, right?
It is. It's,
Right. So it's $100,
For the
and then
party.
that you're paying towards me because I have to pay the hotel. The $149, your contact. Well, I'm going to give a link in a day or two. And you're going to book it. You're going to put Giotopia, and they're going to give you a $149 rate because it's normally like $200-something.
Yeah.
So the sooner you get the room, the more likely you're going to get to choose your room, because I booked 50 rooms. So they're going to try to put them all together. I asked them to put us on the top floor so that we're away from as many people as possible. Because what will happen is, for those that purchase the party ticket and the hotel room, we're going to have three parties. You get there at 3:00, you go into your room, there's going to be a pool party.
Which the pool is super nice.
No
The pool-
peeing in the pool.
No peeing in the pool. It's from Ellie.
Allie.
Who's that?
Allie Nicole.
Oh,
Allie
okay.
Nicole.
So it's from 4 to 8. You don't have to stay there for the whole thing. You don't even have to go to it. But it's going to be a heated pool.
Right.
There's a jacuzzi and there's a sauna.
Now that's heated with hot water, not pee.
Yes, it's heated hot water.
Just make it sure.
And so you get to so that's a party from 4 to 8. Go back to your room, take a shower, get dressed, and then there's the regular party from 9 to 1, the New Year's Eve
I
bash.
like that idea. So 4 to 8,
Right.
pool party, alcohol. We bring our own alcohol.
Yeah, closed container. We tell everybody
We're
bring
not advertising
what do you
it, but
call
if
them?
you have a Stanley,
bring a
or
Stanley,
some
put
sort
it
of
in there.
reusable,
Bring
Yeah.
a Yeti, aka booze bucket.
Yes.
yes.
Gotcha.
Then I can't go. No peeing in the pool. All right. Whatever's your kink, Allie.
No kink shaming in
Nope,
hell.
we don't kink shame. So then from 9 to 1, we're going to have a regular party, right? The New Year's Eve bash, music, DJ, food, open bar. Open bar, I'm talking about liquor, Jack Daniels, and you know what I mean? Full open bar.
Can they make a?
Yeah.
They can make whatever I want.
They-
Yeah,
Will they have a menu of special drinks? They should. They should.
No, you're just going to tell them what to make. You know, you ask for.
What if I
I'm
want
sure we could come together.
What if I want a Mai Tai? Could they make me a Mai Tai?
I'm pretty sure they can.
Oh, will they even
They
know
might-
what that is?
Well, the bartenders.
they
the
better
professional-
know what that is.
yeah.
I don't drink Mai Tais.
So you're doing so that from 1.
Allie,
Then
if
after
you do
that,
it smart enough, I bet you could make some money off of it.
yeah.
Do what is she
She
doing?
asked if she could pee once in the pool.
Yeah.
Not by me.
I don't think I'm into that. I don't.
We'll you know what, right? We'll leave the last half hour for that special occasion.
I've been peed on. I did not like it.
We're finding out a
Learning a
little bit
lot
more.
about
Wow.
James
Yeah,
tonight.
It was an accidental pee.
Okay.
It was in the middle of the night. I woke up. I heard a sink. The sink wasn't on. It was the woman next to me.
What?
She hosed me down. That's a fact.
It was not an accident.
Oh, she was completely asleep. She was totally asleep, and she was just hosing my
Was
leg
she
down.
drunk?
Yeah, totally.
I mean, that doesn't
She
make
was,
it okay.
we got hammered the
But-
night before. Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, peeing happens.
It happens. Jesus Christ.
I let her finish. Then I
So-
got up.
That
So
was good.
so to finish the party,
Oh, what a gentleman.
then basically after 1 o'clock, we go to our rooms, which are together. And what happened is, like last year, we basically hung out in a couple of people.
1 in the morning.
Yeah.
We're all almost 50 and above.
You
Who's
had to be-
hanging out?
I
You
wasn't
had
at
one.
the party until like 4:30.
I gave up at around.
You're gonna have a-
I gave
have
up around 3
Do you have a
o'clock.
bowl of Adderall that we could all
Yep.
just knock them
We could-
back?
Hey, listen, I'm pretty sure somebody has it.
you
Oh, I think we're talking about Jello shots party.
Ooh. Ali wants to know if she could pee in the parking.
could pee in the parking lot. I won't be there.
He really needs
Listen,
you, honey.
I could tell. Yeah, I could tell you.
So
a few
you gotta
people
go.
that-
You gotta go.
Yeah.
Just don't hit your shoes.
There's also a bathroom somewhere. I'm sure.
Not as fun.
But
More
actually,
conventional.
you know what we could do? Actually, so there's an indoor and an outdoor pool. They're both heated.
Pee in
Now,
the outdoor pool.
pool
There
in
we
the
go.
outdoor pool. But it is January. I mean, it is December
It will
31st,
be.
January 1st. It's gonna be cold.
Technically, yeah. It's you. I mean, that's what you do.
But so that's gonna be it's 3 parties in one if you're doing both
That
things.
sounds like a cool thing, you know.
It is.
Is it a weekday or a weekend?
It's a weekday, but it's
I might take the day
It's
off.
December
and
31st.
I'll come hang. I want to come hang.
it's December 31st
Yeah.
and January 1st.
New Year's.
The reason we did this last year is because we well, first of all, there was no good parties last year, right?
Like for everything else, we wanted something different.
We wanted, people would just, and I love the warehouse and I love 89 North, but I did not want to spend New Year's Eve
I'm
there.
telling
The
you what,
world is a
I'm getting
bathroom
bored of the
alley.
nightclubs, man.
Yeah, at the world.
I see all these advertisements for all these nightclubs, like all this shit that I did when I was in my 20s. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to go.
Yeah, but see, some of us didn't do that in the 20s.
No, I get it, but I've been
So, like,
I've been
to,
doing it, and now I see an event. They're like, oh, so and so's playing Mulcahy's, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah,
In my own personal opinion, I'm okay.
I've seen, I've seen too many. I listen. I've seen all these bands, and some of them are the freaking most
Of
talented bands.
course.
Listen, I think the 70 band and Vinyl Revival are so talented. I don't like their music. So I don't care
Yeah,
how
that's it.
talented you are.
But-
They
yeah,
are probably.
With that being said, we do have an event on Friday night at the warehouse
That's
Oh,
right.
with Vinyl Revival,
coming up.
followed
So
by Slingshot.
Yes.
Oh,
at
I
10.
like Slingshot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. This is their
I
first
do. I
time
like
at the
that guy.
warehouse. So.
So we're all.
I become friendly with him.
Yeah,
Jay's
He
a great guy.
he keeps messaging me. He's like, dude, I'm gonna be near you. Come check me out. Like, so
You guys
Yeah.
should like.
I was like,
share
oh, all right.
shoes.
I like that guy.
Yes,
Like,
He's,
the
a
yeah,
good-
shoes
he's actually
collection.
he's a
Sent in
good
really.
He's a
Jay's
super good
great
dude.
guy.
Yes, the Katie's are also another great band, and I actually like their music. So
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I'll say this as it is. I don't. There aren't too many bands that I get so excited about. The love song is always the one that gets me out the door and into.
I
their
enjoy
place.
But
Love Song.
love song is cool, and I like it because they put on a show, right?
Yes.
But it's
Yeah.
also cool when you're going there once a month,
Yes. It's not every week.
right? Like obviously Burn Unit's another one. I love Burn Unit,
Right.
and because Billy puts on a good show, and really most of that is that he puts on a good show, right? Whereas Jay's band, he's got the best voice of all of it. He does. His band is just they're too busy to really
So that's
grow.
this Friday.
Yeah, this Friday.
Yeah.
He has the best voice on Long Island, in my opinion, because he could carry different types of ranges.
You know who has the best voice on Long Island? I do,
You do.
but I don't sing, so your problem.
Well,
Sounds like a you
Friday
problem.
night.
Yeah, it's on the comedy.
Right.
I will tell you. So I'm going to go into a little bit of a rant right
ahead.
now, especially since the hour's almost up. So we talked about the groups earlier, and and how many. There's a lot of cool groups right out there, and there's groups that I have I respect just about all the groups, but I don't like groups that like do the little switcheroo because they change their admins or their
Give me an
moderators.
example. What do you mean?
I will give you an example. Like the 30 plus. I left the 30 plus today. Only because I'm only there to promote stuff. And they used to beg me to promote stuff in there because they do nothing, right? It's literally a useless group. It's 2,000 people, but there's like, they maybe post something once in a blue moon. There's no reason to be in that group.
Right.
I'm like, so I post there because I post everywhere. Just about everywhere. I have a couple of people that I don't post in their group because they feel that we're competing. We're not. And then I think another group kind of pissed me off today, and I left them too. I don't want to mention them.
Okay.
I don't want to mention them. Yeah, because I don't want to start a little bit.
Does it rhyme with something?
No. But it's just one of those things that first of all, if I post in your group, just delete it.
Right.
And tell me don't post in your group. When you give me an attitude, because everybody knows I allow everybody to post in Giotopia and in Hell.
Like their advertisements or anything?
Yeah. And in Giotopia, even if you're competing with me, I'll let you post.
Right.
I don't care. That's because I created that for bands and for people to post and for actual events and stuff like that. So that's what it's for. I'm not going to get in the way. I don't play a manipulator in there.
Right.
In Hell, if you're doing the same thing as me, I'll tell you, like, just so you know, you're doing something the same day as me, but it almost never happens because I normally ask the other groups before I do something. Like I'm doing this December 31st.
Right.
I ask groups.
Is anybody else doing anything on?
Nobody's doing
December
anything.
31st?
They
Not
all
that
told me they're
yeah.
not.
So but no groups are. They gotta imagine everybody's having something.
Well, 40 plus might, but I don't know. But I don't have any relationship with them
Gotcha.
anymore. But they basically all these groups. I ask them. I usually send out an email, a note, and I also contact the people that I know usually do stuff. Are you doing something in December? Because I'm doing Festivus. When they don't. Well, I'm not sure. I'm telling them. Well, I'm taking December 20th, just so you know. The week before that, Junie's doing something, right? So I make sure that June. I don't. Even though we have different crowds, I don't
We're
want to
playing nice in the sandbox.
We play nice in the sandbox. Yes, yes. Well, the thing is that I don't doing an event when I'm doing an event is not that smart because I am going to draw people away from you. I'm not doing it on purpose, but I'm going to draw people away from you.
That's right.
And that's all it is. We're just drawing people away from each other. Because if you just do it a week before, or if you do it on Friday and do it on Saturday, people can come to both events. It just makes it easier for everybody. But anyway, that was my little bit of a rant, especially if you're a peon group, because there's plenty of them, right? And again, I'm not going to go crazy with mentioning them, but there's great groups that can, that they ask me not to do something, they ask me to do something, I do it. And then there's groups that, have no right to ask me, and I'm like, okay, but you asked. And then there's groups that basically just out of nowhere come in and make demands. Hey, sorry, listen, boy, you are benefiting from me being in your group, right? Everybody knows that. Like the 40 plus fell apart once I left. They used to have 300 people at the parties, 200 people.
Right?
They want to be jackasses about it. They lost a lot of their people. And I never did.
It all circles back to the P, Allie.
Yeah, it's all, yes.
The P.
But anyway, so it's one of those things that's my rant. We're gonna close it off there. Just do me a favor, guys.
It doesn't cost anything to be polite.
Yep.
Don't be rude.
Yeah, just
get the stick out of your ass.
Rule number 1.
Yeah.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah, just play nice in the sand. That's all I'm asking for. If you haven't already, go to Giotopia. Let's look at the events. Make yourself. Listen, if you're definitely coming, mark going, because especially with some of these parties, like the New Year's Eve party, I already sold 20 tickets in one day. I expect to sell out within 2 weeks because that's what we did. We sold out in 2 weeks the first time. So we want, but I have 100 people that I can book for one room. As soon as I sign up 100 people, we can open up a second room if we do it in time, and I can get another 100 people. But I'm just worried about getting the first 100, so that because I had to commit $10,000 to this place, so that they would give us the hotel and the rooms and the 50 rooms and so forth, and give us the rates that we wanted. So just as soon as you get a chance, when I post a link for the rooms, book your rooms before you even pay me, and then pay me.
And there's a strict no peeing in the parking lot policy, I believe.
Yeah,
I think it's in full effect.
We're gonna assign one of the rooms as a pee room.
Yes, we're on the floor, carpet included.
Yes. Anyway, we're gonna close it out now.
Wait, before I answer Denise.
What happened?
And you can send it whenever you want to, Denise.
Yeah, you could. Yes, you could.
Just put it in the memo what it's for, so we don't get confused. There's a lot of different events.
Yeah, the New Year's Eve is $100. That's for the party. You're getting everything for that party. Everything's included. If you want the room, it's $149. You're gonna get that through the hotel. You got to give the name Giotopia, but you have to just wait till I send out the link. It's just gonna make it easier because that way I also know how many rooms are booked, because I committed to 50 rooms, and as soon as we sell out the 50 rooms, they're gonna give me more rooms. The place has like 500 rooms. But they only put 50 so that they could keep them together. The quicker we get these rooms, the quicker we could basically attach another 50 to it. Anyway, I am going to
We're signing off.
We're signing off. Adieu, or whatever the hell that means. Thank you for listening. Next Wednesday, 8 o'clock. You know what? I'm going to probably sign in 15 minutes early, but we're not going to talk, only so that you guys could start activating. Yes. Because I'm starting to see that's a little bit of a problem, that the first 15 minutes we're talking to ourselves. And
actually, we talk about like meatier stuff. Like it's even better.
Yeah. Yes.
Like it's dirtier.
We're
more taboo.
We're usually talking about
the after hours before our
party. It's like, should we talk about this person? And then, we're on the air. No, we can't talk about that.
We use names at the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. How much does Andrew want everybody to know about his?
That little.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Thank you, people. Brian, you just arrived now. We're leaving.
Ta-ta.
All right, people. See you next Wednesday.
Later,
Taylor. Bye now.